happened in plain sight, live on television in front of millions. The most powerful man in Britain, physically removed from Parliament by security guards. A moment so shocking, so unprecedented that it sent tremors through the entire political system. This wasn't just a meltdown, it was the beginning of a constitutional earthquake. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Britain Decoded. It's completely free and it helps us keep bringing you the hard-hitting stories that expose the truth behind Westminster's walls. Now, let's go inside that chamber and witness the day Britain's political order began to crumble. It's Wednesday, 12:15 p.m, Westminster Hall. The green benches are packed. The air feels heavy. Prime Minister Keir Starmer sits on the front bench, calm but tense. And then Nigel Farage stands up. He doesn't shout. He doesn't wave papers. He just begins. Cool, deliberate, razor sharp. Mr. Speaker, he says, the Prime Minister promised to stop the boats. Instead, we've seen record numbers, over 45,000 illegal crossings this year, deportation flights cancelled, hotels costing billions, and now leaked documents revealing secret talks about rejoining EU migration schemes. Each sentence lands like a hammer blow. Starmer shifts in his seat. The tension builds. Farage presses on. The British people voted for border control, he says. What they got was betrayal disguised as compassion. When will the Prime Minister admit his policies have failed? The chamber stirs, sharp debate, strong words, but still parliamentary routine. Until something inside the Prime Minister snaps. Starmer suddenly rises. No permission, no protocol, just fury. How dare you? He shouts, voice cracking across the chamber. How dare you lecture this government about compassion when all you do is spread hatred and division? The noise dies instantly. This isn't politics anymore. It's raw emotion. Starmer's face is flushed red. He's shaking. You have no right, he continues, no right to talk about British values. You've spent your career tearing this country apart. You are a disgrace. Onlookers freeze. Even Labour MPs look horrified. The Speaker calls for order. The Prime Minister will resume his seat immediately, he commands. But Starmer ignores him. He takes a step forward, finger raised, voice rising. He's not the calm leader now, and he's a man unravelling on live television. Then comes the moment no one will forget. Speaker Lindsay Hoyle's face hardens. He reaches for an ancient rule, one so rarely used. Most MPs have never heard it spoken aloud. Standing Order 43, he declares. I direct the Prime Minister to withdraw from the chamber immediately. The room freezes. You can hear cameras clicking. Every eye turns to the Prime Minister. Starmer stares back, stunned. You can't be serious, he says. I am entirely serious, replies the Speaker. Security, please escort the Prime Minister from the floor. Gasps ripple across the chamber. Two security officers begin walking toward the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Starmer looks around, searching for support. None comes. This is outrageous, he mutters. But his voice is small now. The fury is gone. The power has vanished. And before the nation's eyes, the Prime Minister of Britain walks toward the exit, flanked by guards. His shoulders sag. Each step feels heavier than the last. His authority draining away with every pace. As he's led out, Nigel Farage speaks again. No shouting, no mockery, just a calm, cutting voice. This, he says, is what happens when leaders can't defend their failures. They lash out, they break down. But the British people deserve leadership, not tantrums. That moment, fury against composure, defines everything that follows. Within minutes, hashtag PM thrown out is trending globally. Clips of the chaos flood social media. News channels interrupt programming across the world. On every network, the same headline flashes. British Prime Minister ejected from Parliament. By nightfall, the political damage is staggering. Flash polls show Starmer's approval ratings collapsing, down 15 points in a single day. Phone-ins from Manchester to Newcastle rage with disbelief. If he can't control himself in Parliament, says one caller, how can he control the country? Focus groups call him unstable, unhinged, embarrassing. Even lifelong Labour voters start to question their loyalty. And while Labour spirals, Reform UK surges. Their website crashes under new membership sign-ups. Donation pages overflow. That same evening, Farage holds a press conference outside Parliament. He stands before the cameras, calm and composed. What we witnessed today, he says, wasn't a loss of temper. It was a loss of authority, credibility and self-control. Britain faces serious challenges. We need steady leadership, not emotional outbursts. The clip spreads like wildfire. 50 million views in 24. 50 million views in 24 hours. Global headlines erupt. In Paris, in Berlin, in Washington, foreign leaders express concern about Britain's stability. Even Australia's Prime Minister hesitates when asked if he still has confidence in the UK government. That pause says everything. Britain's image of calm, stable leadership shatters overnight. Inside Labour, chaos reigns. WhatsApp groups explode with fury. Angela Rayner is reportedly livid. West Streeting, Yvette Cooper and David Lammy's names begin to circulate in whispers. Conservatives pounce. Rishi Sunak calls for a vote of no confidence. A Prime Minister who cannot control himself, he says, cannot control the country. Constitutional experts step forward. Professor Vernon Bogdanor calls it uncharted territory. Can a Prime Minister who's been ejected from Parliament still govern? Has the Speaker's authority grown beyond its constitutional limits? Legal scholars debate whether Starmer's conduct breaches the ministerial code. For the first time in decades, Westminster doesn't just look chaotic, it looks broken. For 48 hours, silence. No statement from Number 10, no interviews, no social media posts. The Prime Minister of Britain disappears from public view. And that silence does more damage than any speech ever could. Because while he stays quiet, others fill the void. Reform UK floods the internet with ads showing the meltdown beside Farage's calm reaction. Every clip ends with the same question. Who would you trust to lead Britain? The results speak for themselves. A week later, Labour crashes to 28%. Reform UK surges to 23%, closing in on becoming the official opposition. The Conservatives rise to 31%. In Northern Heartlands, once painted red for generations, Reform overtakes Labour for the first time. The political map of Britain is being redrawn before our eyes, and the media doesn't let go. Even Labour supporting papers call it a moment of madness. Comedians joke about it, memes flood the internet. Thrown out of Parliament becomes part of everyday slang. But beneath the humour lies something darker. A deep, growing distrust in the political system itself. If the Prime Minister can lose control so completely, what does that say about the state of British democracy? Public faith in government, already battered by years of scandal and division, hits record lows. Only 23% of Britons say they still have confidence in the political system. Meanwhile, Farage seizes the moment. He launches a nationwide tour, drawing crowds unseen since Brexit. He plays the footage of Starmer's outburst to packed halls. Is this the leadership you voted for? He asks. Is this the stability you were promised? The crowd shouts back. No! Within Labour, rebellion brews. MPs submit letters of no confidence in Starmer's leadership. Senior backbenchers accuse him of disgracing the party and humiliating the nation. It becomes undeniable. That one eruption in Parliament didn't just cost Starmer his composure. It may have cost him his government. Weeks later, another bombshell hits. Legal experts confirm that Standing Order 43, the rule used to remove the Prime Minister, has never been tested in court. Can the Speaker truly eject the head of government, or did Hoyle overstep the limits of his authority? The question reaches the Supreme Court. For the first time in modern history, judges must decide, does Parliament hold power over the Prime Minister himself? The outcome could rewrite the British Constitution, a ruling that might redefine how this country is governed forever. And that's where Britain stands tonight. A government in crisis, a prime minister fighting for survival, an opposition reborn, and a constitution on the brink of transformation. The political earthquake isn't over. It's only beginning. What do you think happens next? Will Keir Starmer survive this historic collapse, or are we witnessing the end of his premiership and the rise of a new political era? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think. And if this helped you understand the chaos unfolding in Westminster, smash that like button and subscribe to Britain Decoded. It's completely free and it helps us keep revealing the truth behind Britain's political theatre. Because one thing is certain. In British politics, nothing stays hidden forever.